Okay, so now that we have our Clo3D open, let's go ahead and import our Alembic file. So we go to File, Import, Alembic down here, and we want to navigate to where we have our Alembic file. So let's use this. So here we have the settings, what load type we want to open, the scale. So let's just leave everything here. We want to change this to 24 frame, or let's just leave it at 30 and click OK and everything. Now, very good. Now we have our model inside of Clo3D. I want you to take note that if you have any accessories like shoes, wristwatches, necklaces, that you want the character to interact with, the cloth simulation to interact with, you have to export them from Blender, right? You have to make sure you add those accessories to the model from Blender while exporting the Alembic. So now, to be sure that we have our animation exported with this model, let's quickly go to animation down here, click OK, and then as you can see, we have our animations exported. So I'm basically just gonna import our garment. Let's go to our file. I have these clothes here which we are going to be using. I'm going to add a link where you can get all the assets used for this video in the description, so you can be able to use the same asset to create your own. So we are going to select this and drop it. The cloth we added, we don't want it to open a new project. We want it to get added to this particular project you are working on. So what we are going to do is click on add. Also, we don't want it to come with the avatar. We want to use this particular avatar. So let's deselect this. And basically everything is good. We can continue. Very good. So now that we have this garment imported into our project, as you can see, the garment is already in T-pose, but there are some scenarios where the garment will not be in T-pose, and the garment is already in T-pose, and also you know that was one of the reasons why we had to change our model into T-pose, so it will be easy to to uh, use to clothe, basically to clothe our model in Clo3D. So we are basically going to move this down, right? Can you see that? I'm going to move this down a little bit, and that should be about right. Okay. And as you can see here, the trousers are basically going into the shoes, but that would be corrected when we start simulation. So let's move this like this and a little bit to the right like this. Just try to roughly align it, right? There are a lot of process that goes into cloth simulation using Clo3D, but because we are just trying to make a quick edit, a quick tutorial, we are not going to go into the deep explanation of how to make your clothes and how to add materials and all. So basically, when we have that, we are going to click on this button right here to simulate. So after setting up your garment properly, making it drape, like I was saying, making the trousers drape properly, make ready from clothing, so we can be able to move them easily into Blender, right? So now you want to come to the UV editor over here, and here you'll be able to arrange your materials properly. Your UV editor, you'll be able to edit your UV maps, right? Then you come here and select texture bake, right? Here we are going to export the type of textures we want. By first of all, we want to select the path, tutorial, or let's do model, model underscore text. Yeah. Then we can save that. Right. So now our texture is going to be going uh to this path, to this folder right here. Now we want to save the data that is within 0 to 1, which is this 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1, everything that is within this place, we want to save it, right? And also we do not need opacity. Okay, we need opacity, roughness, metalness. We do not need metalness, we need roughness. Displacement, we need it. Normal, diffuse, we do not need diffuse, but let's just add diffuse. So now what we want to do is click on save, right? And all of our textures are going to be exported to that folder that you created the other time. Now that we have done it, now that we have done this, we now have to go to the animation. This is what's going to happen. So we have to simulate by pressing on this to simulate the movement of our model to the garment, to the fabric. So when you click this, what is going to happen is that each of the movement, every movement this model makes will be baked into this, will be baked into the movement of the garment too. So after doing the simulation, right, this is what we have: a fully animated garment that fits to the animation of our model. Now, all you have to do is export this. Now, we'll be exporting this animation, this garment as an animation, as an alembic, right? Export as an alembic Ogawa, right? When you select that, you click, it's going to go to tutorial. So we are going to say model underscore cloth underscore final, right? To show that this is the final cloth animation simulation for Blender, right? Now we select on weld, right? And select, okay, let's leave it as on, let's leave it as a weld and select thick, right? Let's select thick, leave this as it is. We want the entire region, right, to play, and then you can do okay. So now that we are back in Blender, we want to import our cloth simulation onto our model so that we can complete our animation. So to do that, go to File, Import Alembic, right? And then we want to go to where we saved our cloth. Then click Import Alembic. Wait for it, and as you can see, we now have our cloth on our model, right? Now, this cloth now is simulated to the model, and it moves with the model accordingly. But you realize that right now our 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 garment is not, does not have any materials on it, and we need to fix materials on our fabric. So let's go to shading, right? And when we are in the shading, over here, we are going to apply materials. make sure you are on the object tab and not the word tab. Make sure you navigate to the object tab. And for this, we are going to be using our Node Wrangler. If you don't have your Node Wrangler add-on on, go to Edit, Preferences, and go to Add-ons, search for Node Wrangler, and switch that on. But because I have it switched on over here, I will close that and just go straight to continue the tutorial. So you want to select your principled BSDF and then type Ctrl-Shift-T to activate the Node Wrangler. Now let's look for where we add our textures. Over here, textures, you want to select all of these textures and click OK. So right now, we just need to add in our lights, our background, and click render. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any question, please do well to drop a comment in the comment section where I can see those questions and address them as soon as possible. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can be notified when I upload more amazing content.